Welcome back, guys. You know, I'm getting emails right now this time of year, mid-September, and guys are asking me, I can only hunt the end of October. I only got 2 weeks vacation. What's my fastest way of trying to find a buck? Well, that's the ultimate for anybody, I guess. And I'll also get questions of a lot of guys that have bucks located, and every year, about that time during the rut, they leave their scrapes, they leave their bedding area. Where did they go? I have an area here that may be sort of jaw-dropping for you, because you probably will say, oh my gosh, I never would have believed that. So I'll tell you what you're going to do. Follow me here down this trail, okay? And I'm going to take you to a little spot here. I'm going to see what you think about it, and consequently, it may save you a lot of time when you come up and you only have so much time to hunt. Let's take a little walk down here. Just stick with me and you'll see what I'm getting at. Okay, I gotta get through this jungle. I'm on a trail here, you'll see. And I'll show you what I'm getting at in a little while as we poke through here. Okay? Come on through and have patience. You're gonna see something that's really unique in its own way. Now, if you were scouting an area like this, okay, you see here, nice little bog, right through there, okay, right through here. We got garbage up here, look at the brush, okay? And we're gonna go over in that area, take a look. Okay, now start picturing what you would think this would be like. Would it be like something that one of those huge bucks would be living alone back here? Away from everybody. I mean, he's got water. He's got the jungle down there. He's got a bog area down through there. He's got the old slashing back here. We're in the back of everything right here, okay? Here's your trail. You see it's quite prominent trail coming through here as it comes through. Now, we're almost there. Stay tuned. Now, we're getting better here. Same thing, we're just following it along. Comes out to a little peninsula here, if you notice. There's the bog, okay? Leather leaf bog. Trails, browsed out here, slashing up here. Now, the interesting thing is that there's a bog over that area. It circles all the way around this. This is a little point right here. See what I'm getting at? Comes all the way around. You can see in the background the high hills. So this leatherleaf bog is not that large. Goes around over there. We're at the very end here. It's a little peninsula. It comes out. Now look how quiet it is back in this area. Now what would you think? I put a licking branch here. I'll tell you in a second. Okay? Isn't this gorgeous? Just one little quick opening. 40 yards max all the way around. Now, stay with me on this. I'm about to show you something. Stay with me. I've got a few things just want to show you. When you come scouting and say you just came up for a week or so, whatever it may be, and you found that trail coming down through here. What do you think this would look like? Wouldn't it be something like, wow, I got to hit this. It looks just too good. Okay? So stay with me. I'm going to show you something. Okay, you took a look at those pictures. What did you see? Does, does, and does. Let's back up a bit. Back in late winter is a great time to be scouting up in the North Woods here. When the snow, you still have enough snow on the ground, it's easy to find doe trails and beds. What I like to do is always find a core area of does. That's all. And I happened to see a trail back then, and I followed it all the way down to here. And I thought this can't be. It's a fantastic area for bucks, just fantastic. Everything's laid out according to what you read, what you see in the videos. Here's just what you think. That goes to show you that everything you read and hear about, It's not all etched in stone, meaning that the fact that does will be way up in front or what have you. I'm way in the back here, behind a slashing, against the bog, and what I look for is a family, not just one or two does, that are bedded on the hillside or whatever. You waste your time. My point is, finding an area like this, and you can scout it anytime. You find a heavy trail ran down, you look at the tracks, it'll pretty much tell you that there are does in that area, but follow it to the end. And this is the end right here. Consequently, back then in March, end of March or whatever, April, I put up this licking branch and I put up a camera. And it's been ever since. These does have never left. This is families, they have fawns here, they've had yearlings are here, everything is here, a family. And as you can see, periodically that wolf checks in, he comes and smells this, and 2 hours later the does are back. The point is that I'm getting at, guys, there is a point behind all of this. The dove family is very traditional and very dedicated to an area. Very family orientated, a family, meaning they have fawns, they have yearlings that'll come here. The yearlings get kicked out for a while the mother is tending to her young ones, but the yearlings will come back here. Generally speaking, some will come back here and the mother will accept them. On top of that, what do you see? You see the grandmothers here. You'll see different generations of does in one family staying in one particular area. They feel safe here, they have been raised here, and they will always come back just like a buck will do. The does are no different, but the point is, we, including myself, spend so much time trying to locate where a buck lives, his scrape areas, primary scrape areas, bedding areas. But the point is, if you don't have that time to chase around the woods looking for these bucks and where they live, find a doe area like this. And you've read about this before or seen it before, where check the doe areas. But I'm not talking one. You got to find these core areas where there's a family. There's a group of 5, 6, 7 does. And they will live together as long as they can. Providing the last winter was being so mild, they stayed here. They never moved. And I ran into this area last end of March or so. And it's been good ever since in that regards. They have not changed. Now, after I'm speaking right here by it, and I bet you 10 to 1, I could come back here tomorrow and there'll be pictures. The does will be here. The point is, if you only have so much time, you find an area like this, because what happens? The other people that say, geez, my buck left his scrape area. Where'd he go? Where do you think he's at? He's right here. Now, you won't find scrapes in these areas because it's not his designated area. Keep that in mind. But you will find rubs. I could take you in that brush and show you rubs like you wouldn't believe. What are they doing? They're chasing them all around here during the rut. They come into these areas. They leave their core area. They come over here because, let's face it, guys, there is hormones and estrogen floating everywhere here because those yearlings are coming into heat. You have the adults coming into heat. You can't match that with any buck lure on the market. You have scent that aerates throughout this area. It permeates everywhere. Tons of it because you have multiple amount of does. Granted, there are some does that will leave. We know that. They will come back looking for a buck itself, but they will come back here. But the point is, you have more than one doe you're dealing with. You have several does that will be coming into heat. And what happens, it's so cool. You can come here early morning, get the jump on them, and listen once during the rut. I'm talking begin here, sometimes up the second week in November. You'll hear those bucks grunting, just like pigs, back and forth, going through this slashing and that, just checking out, rooting out those does. They will be here, guys. This is my point. If you can't find any place, you don't have the time, at least scout around some areas where you find some heavy doe trails. And go back to those areas and just see what it looks like. And then just park yourself back off of one of these trails where they lead out. Because they are, like I said, they're very patterned animals in some ways. They will take the same trail out, they take the same trail in. Morning, they go up into those hills to feed, they come back here, and they will bed here. I get pictures here any time of the day and night, just like you just saw. They will be here, and they aren't leaving this area. It's the quickest point, and you have a great chance at a buck. And another point is, Before that, like right now, all the way through October, you'll have your young bucks, your sixes and smaller point. They will come following through here, rooting around. You'll always have bucks come breeding time coming through these areas, checking out these does to see if anybody come in heat. But if you want the big boys, they will leave their areas later on. I had, only a couple years ago, give you an example. It was November 12th to the 16th, okay? I had a big buck, beautiful, I couldn't get him. He would come to his scrape. He would go for 3 hours. He will come back to his scrape and check it. He will go back out, root around. He would come back and check his scrape to see if any does were in his scrape area itself. But he would go back out. And this is what they do all the time. They don't sleep. They're chasing all the time. So this would be a prime area if you can find a doe core area. Just follow those trails back to where they end. And a lot of times, it's not generally just right up in front. Yeah, there's a high population of them that sit up in front. This is in the back here. They're safe here. They've probably been here for years. They know they're safe. In spite of just think of this. That wolf comes through here and checks this out. It don't even faze them. Believe me, I see it. The point is they're so content here, and every generation after that generation will do the same thing. They will be raised here. But the point is, be here those last couple of weeks during breeding, and I'll guarantee you can have a ball. Because of it, you just listen, they'll go back and forth, checking these out. The point is, there again, if you want to put some smelly stuff out, fine. You may bring one to your area. If you want the big boys, wait a little longer. They'll finally leave their area, and they'll come and check these areas. Before that, through October, late September, October, your smaller bucks will be coming through here periodically. And you can usually tell by the rubs. There's a whole variety of age class of rubs through these whole areas like this. It's amazing. But that's what I wanted to show you. It was just rather jaw-dropping to me too, like, holy crap, this is all nothing but does. And that's all I see all summer long. No bucks, all does. But you have to have faith that what happens, they're going to go in heat, and somebody's going to come here to service them. So that's what if you don't have the time, follow one of these, because it's the quickest reference is if you can follow a doe trail somewhere. Let's face it, it may be a little easier than you climbing all over the woods trying to find where that buck lives. Believe me. Okay, guys? That's all I wanted to show you here. So hopefully this may answer some of your questions. But the point is, give it a try. If you have any time, do a little scouting, see if there's some does in your area, get on their trails, but find where there's multiple beds or whatever it may be, showing you there's more than just 1 or 2 does laying on a hillside. Don't be afraid to get behind these areas and see what they have, okay? Hey, that's all I got to say about this. Take care, and I want to wish you all good luck again. So take care, and I'm glad you enjoyed watching this.